Hello everybody! My name is Alanomaly and welcome to another Ben 10 theory, which you can already tell what it is by the title of the video. So, we all know there's that one episode of Alien Force that should be forgotten called The Secret of Chromostone. Why should it be forgotten? Well, there are a few reasons why. You take the concept of Ben being sick from side effects and you do it in a much more boring way. The alien Sugalite apparently lives inside of Diamond Head. Chromostone gets the ability to fly, and every single revived Petrosapien in that episode is a copy-pasted Diamond Head base, meaning no females or kids were revived. Just male Diamond Head copies. Nice job, Alien Force. Anyways, my negative bias of the episode aside, this episode shows a feature of the Omnitrix that the series seems to ignore aside from just this one episode. The Omnitrix can revive a species. We saw how the Omnitrix repaired DNA aliens on Hybrid and War of the Worlds, but this episode specifically, Secret of Chromostone, showed the revival of the deceased Petrosapien race, the race that Vilgax wiped out with the help of Tetrax, who was a Petrosapien, at some point prior to the start of the series, leaving Tetrax as the only one, and presumably the DNA donor for Diamond Head, but that's for another day. So anyways, the Omnitrix has three major purposes. It promotes interspecies understanding by allowing the user to literally walk in the shoes of other species. It is a repository of the DNA it holds in the event of them needing to be revived, and also it was made so that Azimuth's love interest would come back to him, but we're just going to ignore that reason. We're going to focus on the middle one. It's a repository of the DNA it holds in the event of them needing to be revived. That's exactly what happens to the Petrosapiens in Secret of Omniverse. Albeit clearly faulty, seeing as how everyone was a carbon, or should I say silicone, copy of Diamond Head. Anyways, not only is that a primary function of the Omnitrix, it's a primary purpose. A purpose only one episode focused on, and ended up being a horrendously bad episode. But there's another planet and species Ben could use the Omnitrix to help revive. Arburian Pelarotas from Arburia. Cannonbolt species. In Cannonbolt's debut episode, The Big Tick, one of the guardians of the Great One, the giant world-eating tick, said that they had destroyed Arburia just a week prior. It's our first instance of planetary destruction in the franchise. Fun little side note, them having destroyed Arburia just a week before getting to Earth is pretty lore-friendly to the idea that Arburia was the closest of Omnitrix alien planets to Earth before it was destroyed. Anyways, there is in fact an in-canon reason for Arburia not being revived. Okay, it's not technically in canon, but it was on official merchandise, so let's just go with it. When Cannonbolt's 4-inch figure was released, it had a little circular graphic card that showed Ben turning into him, as was the norm for the Ben 10 toys at the time. These little graphics had information about the alien on the back of them. Cannonbolt was listed as an Arburian Pelarota / Vulpinic Tortugan from Arburia / Vulpin. Vulpin as in Vulpomancer as in Wildman. But why would he be from Wildman's planet? Here's why. Vulpinic Tortugans are Arburian Pelarotas that evacuated from Arburia to Vulpin during Arburia's destruction a week before the Big Tick. Why hasn't Ben revived Arburia and the Arburian Pelarotas? He doesn't need to. Arburian Pelarotas still live, but by a different name, and they probably have some minor evolutionary changes by now thanks to their new environment. It's a much different situation for the Petrosapiens and Petropia because there was only one Petrosapien alive, Tetrax. One member of the species being alive won't cut it because Petrosapiens aren't like Necrophrygians, they don't reproduce on their own. But enough Arburian Pelarotas are alive as Vulpinic Tortugans and their species will continue to live on. I feel pretty good about this episode. This was nice. I had this, I think I thought this up like a few days ago, and then I wrote like all of it in one day, and then recording it at like 1 a.m. So, let me know what other theories you guys might want to see. I've got like a ton planned, and not much incentive to do any of them, but every time I get the inspiration or motivation to write one, I'll write it up record it at some point, and then boom, we'll have another episode uploaded. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you have any suggestions for a Ben 10 theory, please let me know, and I'll look into it. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't